Today on Smackey's Garage, we're going to be talking about 3D printers and what you can actually do with this. We're going to go ahead and look at some tools that I've built using this that have made my life in the garage much easier. So let's go ahead and let's take a look. So 3D printers. Behind me is a Bambu Lab H2D. I've had this just for about a year now. Prior to that, I had the X1C, and I've been extremely happy with it. Now, right now, if you can zoom in a little bit, you can actually see them printing a funnel. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I can't find one that's the right size that I need, and I can make one with this. But we'll go ahead and kick this off and look at this 3D printer, and then we'll take a look at all the tools. Okay, so actually it says we're just about finishing this up. So we'll go ahead, we'll take this out, and then we'll talk about it. So after it finishes, you're gonna see it's just gonna lower it down to give you some room to get off. It's gonna pull out the material from the nozzle on the back. That material is almost out. And then this is gonna go ahead and lower down for me to take out. Then we are done. Then we're gonna go ahead and let this cool off for a few minutes before I pull it out. As this cools down, this is gonna separate and it's gonna just be able to pop right off. All right, so maybe it's cooled off enough, but yeah, it's still a little stuck, but we have a funnel. We'll put this down over here, next to another one. So this 3D printer here is Bambu Lab H2D. It can print a huge variety of materials. You know, my typical materials that I use are ABS, ASA, PLA, and PETG, depending on what I'm doing. So for that, it allows me to build pretty much whatever I want. Everything from custom snowmobile mounts for my link brackets, a custom taillight for my snowmobile, gauge mounts that I offer on my site if you want to check them out. Just tools in the garage. And there's a lot of interesting and unique things that you can do with it that I didn't realize until I got one myself. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll talk about some of the tools that I built and some of the things that have just made my life a little bit easier now that I have a 3D printer. The reason why I went from the X1C to the H2D is I do a lot of ABS, ASA printing. So being able to have a chamber here that is heated is important for me. It's not as important if you're trying to make these tools here because most of them are made from PLA and they don't require just being out in the sun all day and they don't need to withstand those types of environment. So with that, this printer is set up as the Bambu Lab H2D. I have an AMS, the Pro 2 on the top. And then I have the AMS HT up here, which is a dryer, so I can actually dry out some of the ABS materials when I need to. And all of them are connected, so it automatically flows through here. When I do send something to the print, it's gonna select the right material, and then it's going to print with that material. And up on the shelves here, I have a lot of the materials that I typically use, as well as a bunch of boxes down here. And with that, you know, it's pretty simple where all you really have to do is pull out one of these and swap it. So let's get to the interesting part. Let's start talking about the tools. So of these tools, I picked out some that are, in my mind, the most interesting, most valuable. It shows some of the flexibility of what you can do with this 3D printer. And let's go ahead and take a look at the first one, which we just pulled out. So one of the biggest issues that I have in my shop is for some reason, I never can keep a funnel where I expect it. They always disappear. I'm thinking a lot of them get thrown out. And because of that, if I need to do a project and I need a funnel, I can literally just print one out. So what I typically would do and what the workflow for this is, I can click a button and then within like an hour, hour and a half, this one appears here. Now the other thing that's really nice about the flexibility with this is, you know, the workflow is typically you take the model. This model is actually not mine. I got it from Maker World. I'll have the model linked in the description below. It is completely scalable. So you can go in and take this model, integrate it into the Bambu Studio, and you can scale it up bigger or smaller to get the perfect size that you want. So if you're looking to do projects that require more of a small funnel like this, you can get a small funnel like this. This one I use for my power steering on my car, and this one you can use for projects that you pour oil into something. Now being able to know that I need a funnel, can't find one in my garage, hit a button on the computer, and then I can print out the exact size that I need is a huge benefit to me. And it does make the work in here just a little bit more interesting and better. Now, some other tools that I've used that I do feature in a few of my videos, you know, I do have 3 that we're gonna look at that are specific to measurement. Now, when we look at this, you know, there's some projects that I do where I'm working with a bolt. I'm trying to figure out what the right size bolt is, and I need to replace something and I need to order it. So I would use something like this. So this here is a nice simple tool that I printed out that essentially is going to say, okay, for this metric bolt, what is the size? Is it M8, M10, M6? And then what is the overall length? So all you really have to do is you have to drop the bolt here and let it sit down. And then with that, it'll tell you the exact length of it. So for example, I could take this bolt here. I can find which one this actually fits in, and that'll tell me that it is an M5 bolt right here. So knowing that's an M5, and then, I need another one. So let's say I don't have my tools out. I can just drop this here, and it tells me that it's 18 millimeters. So with this, it has a loop, so I can take it. I can literally just hang it anywhere I want, or just leave it on my shelf. And when I do that, I don't have to get my calipers. I don't have to get anything like that. I can just pull that down and use it. Now, the next tool that I use frequently, and it's something that I just haven't gotten used to yet, is, for NPT fittings like this, for pipe thread fittings. If you need to know what the diameter is, for me, they all look similar. So because of that, it's really hard to tell. You can't just take a caliper on the outside and say, hey, that's 1/4 inch. So I printed out one of these, which is a nice measurement device that allows me to literally just drop this on here. And when I drop this on here, I can see exactly what size it is. So you can see this one here is a 1/4 inch. So it's really nice, it's really easy, and it helps you see exactly what size this is and what you need to order. So this one is 3/4 inch NPT. Okay, so the next item on this list, which is a tool that's been really useful for me, one of the reasons why I did get the 3D printer is because I want to be able to make my own parts and to build things that work together. And to do that, being specific parts is incredibly important. So I found this model online, which essentially is a small radius tool. So it's a bunch of different sizes, and you can take this and you can put it on the radius of whatever you're trying to measure, all the way from 1 to 30 millimeters. And you can measure the inside radius, the outside radius, and you can figure out what it actually is. So when you're designing a CAD and you're trying to find a radius that works, you don't need to keep guessing and keep checking and keep printing things out. You can actually just measure the radius and use that. This has been extremely helpful in doing a lot of my projects where I'm trying to get things to line up and work correctly. So having something like this as a radius tool has been pretty much a game changer for me. And it's made my life much easier. So you essentially, what you do is you take the part here. So I'm trying to measure this radius here. Let's say I'm designing a part that's going to go with it. And I find the one that matches up, and you put it on top. And you can see here that the 6 is pretty much a very close fit. So this is exactly where I'd start. So being able to have this to measure inside radiuses, outside radiuses, you can see, if you're going the other way, they have this side, and you can use this side to measure. This one would be a 4 millimeter circle. So being able to print things out where I can use it to measure radiuses is really nice to have. And instead of spending a lot of money for a tool that does this, this probably cost me $1 or $2 to make. So really simple. And the last item that really isn't a tool, but I have found to be extremely useful, is this here. So this is a place where I put all my used blades. When the X-Acto blade that I'm using is too dull, or the box cutter blade that I'm using is too dull, you need a place to dispose of them. You can either wrap them in duct tape, which is something that I used to do, or I can print something out like this that could hold potentially hundreds of blades, and then I can just toss this out and print out another one. So for this, I'll typically just leave it up here on my shelf. If you look back in some videos, you will see it. It actually says used blades on the side here. And when I'm done with the blade, there is a little hole in the top. So in here, you can see that hole. And all you have to do is take your blade and then drop it in. And when you drop it in, it's probably not coming back out. And that's something you can set up that keeps your blades safe in a way that no one is going to grab them. I do let my son play in the garage with me. So after I'm done with a blade, making sure that it gets tossed in here if it's worn out. And then when this is done, this just gets tossed out. And then I go ahead and just print out another one. Well, that's it for this week on Smackey's Garage. A lot of these tools I ended up printing here. The designs weren't made by me. I ended up just downloading them from MakerWorld or through Bambu System. So don't let not knowing CAD stop you from exploring one of these. So if you guys are interested in another video on this, I'll probably do a 1-year review after this, after I've had it for an entire year, and then potentially showing some of the organization tools that I've built using my 3D printer that have helped me make my garage a little bit more organized. So maybe that's gonna come this spring. Well, that's it for this week on Smackey's Garage. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time on Smackey's Garage.